Assalamu alaikum, students. This is the portfolio activity that I was talking about and organizing. So this is very simple. I'll just explain to you briefly. How does a small, quickly growing company develop and plan for a new structure that can expand with the organization? Remember, there are structures I showed you, faces of people. Like for example, in the pyramid, there's a person sitting. The title of that person is president. Under him is the three directors. One director is of marketing, one is of HR, one is of sales. Okay, under the sales there are three senior managers, and under the marketing there are five senior managers. Under HR there are two senior managers, and under the senior managers there are six layers. Same thing. So this is called structure. So we'll be talking about more in detail in the upcoming classes. But for now, how does a small, quickly growing company develop and plan for a new structure that can expand with the company? Now they have given a fictitious company here. It's called Insomnia Cookies. Their headquarters consist of 3 to 4 people only. Okay. In the headquarters, there are 3 or 4 people who oversee operation on 14 different college campuses. For example, you have seen all the tuck shops and all the small shops on the campus, CBM campus. All right. Similarly, for them, like there are 14 different universities or colleges where they have the shop. All right, and there are 4 people, 3 to 4 people who oversee it. Each campus has its own manager and staff. Of course, the 4 people are hold on a second. The 4 people, sitting in the headquarters, they may be overseeing 50 staff members who are working in different campuses. You must have seen in the tuck shop there are 3 or 4 people at least. So if you take it 14, so for the 16, for the 4 and 5, 50, more than 50 people they are looking at. All right. Within the next year, what they plan to do is, now remember we have talked about planning and then organizing. So they are planning to open retail and delivery operation on 6 more campuses. Like for example, they want to open on Karachi University and Ikra University and different universities, other universities as well. 6 more. So they would need more people, of course, in those areas, and there would be 4 people in the headquarters. Now that's the problem. The following year, they will continue to launch a new locations, continue to do that. More people will have to be added to the senior management. Now they are planning that there are 50 or more than 50 people right now. If they open up 6 more locations, they will be looking at almost, for example, 100 people. So they would need more senior management people to look after them. However, Insomnia Cookies is grappling difficulty. They are having difficulty with how and when to bring on new people to help run the company. How to bring more people? What would be the criteria for recruitment? And when to do it? I mean, will they be using LinkedIn, Facebook, or newspapers to advertise, or some other way to advertise? And what type of people they would need? What would be their competencies? What would be their education? What would be their experience, of course? And when? That is important. When to get them? This year or next year, after they have opened up the new retail shops or tuck shops, or before? So this is a question for them. CEO is called Seth Berkowitz. Okay, he runs the company. Is determined to keep the company from becoming too heavy. I mean, he doesn't want to hire too many people in the senior management, because when you hire too many people in the senior management, you have to pay them accordingly. All right. Like for example, in America, you have to not only pay them salary, but you have to pay them perks as well. It costs a lot of money. All right. So he's determined to keep the company from becoming too heavy. He doesn't want to hire too many senior management. Insomnia need an organization structure and design. This is the thing. So what they would like to do is, they would like to have a structure, of course, and they would like to know the organogram. I showed you the pyramid in the beginning. I was talking about it. Okay, they would like to know the organization structure and design. What type of, how many people will be reporting to whom? senior management or just management, managers or assistant managers? What type of people we need, and what type of people will be sending to those truck shops? Do they need training for better customer service? And customers are the students, of course, so they have to be dealt with kids' glove. You know, they have to be taken care of. They cannot insult the kids or be rude to them, because then they will not buy from their truck shop. They will buy from some others. Like, for example, in CBM, have you seen so many truck shops? So if you don't like something from one shop, you will go to another one. So the same thing they're facing. All right, now the questions are for you to do is, number one, what do you think the current organization chart at Insomnia Cookies look like? At this moment, you have to draw an organogram. Okay, at this moment, how many people are there in the senior management, and just show how many people under them at the tuck shops. There are 10 tuck shops. How many were there? You have to show them how many. For example, 14 tuck shops. 14 shops are there at 14 campuses. So there must be, like, for example, let's take 5 at each tuck shop. 5 people, right? Who are dealing with the students, and there are a lot of students. So you have to accordingly draw organogram. Okay. At this moment, what it looks like. Is this structure appropriate for its need in the future? Let me add it here. In future, when they open up 6 more shops on campus. Okay. Explain. Draw a chart or organogram, then express yourself. So what you can do is you can draw 2 charts for your convenience. One right now, what it's showing, and one after you have hired all those senior management people, after you have opened up the 6 more shops at different campuses. Okay, so you can draw 2 charts or 2 organograms. What is organogram? Just type organogram in Google, and you will see the organogram structure and little bit of definition of it. Okay, explain, draw a chart or organogram, then express yourself. Maybe draw 2. Okay. One before and one after. You have opened up. This I've added for your own convenience. All right. The next thing you will do is, what forces have most influenced the structure of Insomnia Cookies? What are the things so far that has influenced, that has made Insomnia successful? Okay, maybe it's the way they deal with the students, or maybe it's the way they deal with the management of the universities that has made them so successful. So this is what they're saying. What forces have influenced, or let me add you for your own convenience, or made Insomnia, or made them so successful that they require new structure for Insomnia. Okay, the structure would be dependent on the people they hire. Okay, what forces influenced or made them so successful that they require new structure for Insomnia? Okay, and the last one is, describe CEO and founder said Berkowitz span of management. We have talked about span of management in the last class. So you have to talk about how many people he has now and how many people he can foresee in the future. What would be the problem associated with that? How many people would come in, how to deal with them, okay? And what would be their, how to retain them? They might leave. I mean, they open up on one campus, and the next day, next week, they find out that all of them have left and there's no backup. So that's another problem. So how will he deal with such issues? And what would be the profitability for him if he opens up 6 more? Will it be less, more, or none? So you come up with an idea in your own words, okay? write down about these three questions, right? I've explained it to you. It's very easy. Just start writing. There are many students, many students in both the classes I know. They are brilliant of mind, and they write just beautifully. You know, I've seen their papers. They've written very nicely. And those who did not do good in the midterm, do not worry. You know, because I wrote it in red where you lack things, and I'm sure that in future you will cover those topics better. Okay, and so this is important. 2 marks for it, and also you'll be marked present. All right. Good luck with it. I'll see you on Tuesday.